Welcome, folks. We're live here. I'm in Nairn, here in Nairn in the Medicine Show Radio, Moose Mobile in the Highlands of Scotland, and live from, I'm guessing, Morro Bay in California.
Close.
Is my
close. We don't want the snipers to know exactly where I am right now, but Morro Bay is close.
Yeah, you've got,
Morro Bay
well,
is that way.
Yeah.
How are you, Rob?
I was
Cayucos.
good. Yeah.
Cayucos.
Yeah,
like the natives. You've been here.
I have. Yeah, we had fabulous seafood on the. Was it Smoky Jack's? Was it? What's the name of the place again?
It is. It's Rudell's Smokehouse, and it has been. It's now defunct. It's
not there anymore. Some things are. No, well, I didn't want to hear that.
Now we have to get our fish and chips in Newcastle.
Yeah. Well, okay. Anytime. I think it's my.
I'm ready. I'm on the way.
And all that. So, Phil, welcome. Thank you for joining us. And
yeah, I hope I was able to share this thing correctly, but I don't know. But anyway, it's good to see you. So let's just visit and have fun. And
we have got one or two folks with us as well. So it's very, very good to join us, guys. There is a chat frame, and not every page that you view on the chat frame actually gets all the way through here, but you can try it. If you've got any questions for Phil, please do let us know. If any comments on the sound quality, because I've been beset with technical problems for the last few days anyway, if not all my life, but certainly today. So we featured your video today earlier, Phil, and Facebook decided that it was impinging on copyright,
which I own. How it's not? Why are they making these decisions for me? I've got some decisions they could make for me. If they need to make some decisions, I've got them, but not that. I got that. They need to leave us alone.
So I firstly apologies for anybody that might have tuned into the video. We're going to try again with the video in just a minute. It has been muted by Facebook bots because it sounds far too much like Roy Acuff, basically, I suppose. And Roy is omnipresent, so he'd.
It sounds like anybody, but is that it? I don't know. Or I think they're just appalled at my melodic content or something. It's just like. I think it's purely a musical commentary on my whole thing.
It's
but anyway, it's a good. Kent Agee did that. The famous songwriter. He did he said, "Do you want me to do a lyric video for you?" And he did it's incredible. He's working on one for the other tune on there called "Wake Up Crying." Remember that one?
Yeah.
That's a recut from the Crazy Horse record.
We'll play that. I'll just mention before we play the video as well. It's kind of like a retrospective Phil Lee album. This one, isn't it? I mean, right back to your early, even your school days.
Yeah, that was that was my. A lot of people have jobs working as a kid. Yeah. My job was before school. I'd go be on television on WRAL television in Raleigh, North Carolina, and we'd open up for the farm news. Yeah, and it was just like this record, one for the sick and the shut-ins, and a toe tapper or two, some rock numbers for the kids, and it was really wholesome, and it was a great day job. I was making $65 a week.
Wow!
Right.
That's almost as much.
I take that job.
That's more than what you're getting now.
Yeah, by about $55. And in the weekend gigs, we would play like for opening, like supermarket openings, and nice. I mean, it was the real thing. It was the tail end of real live, flatbed truck kind of
that honky tonk era, wasn't it? It was. I mean, you would have been having guests, all the Hanks, and as guests.
Who was the guy? Eddie Arnold,
Yeah.
Arthur Guitar Smith, anybody who was coming through town. Because hillbillies always still, like even me, we get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, so we could pick cotton or something. So that never goes away, even if you're rich and you can sleep in.
Yeah.
But we would do that. We'd open up for the farm news. It would last an hour. Homer, Briar Hopper, and the Daybreak show. And I was a member of the Daybreak gang. Yeah. And it was a beautiful thing, and I want my job back. But
I bet
Clyde Moody, who you may remember, the Waltz King of the Nation, he was a regular. He was on there every day.
So the music on the new album, we're just about to play the video as well. And I want to talk at length about your collaboration with David West as well. But I mean, what a fabulous instrumentation! And well, let's play the video and we'll come back, and then folks will that are watching, and thanks for watching, guys. If you have got any questions, stick them in the chat frame, and Phil or I will be able to answer your questions. I hope this is.
Or we'll make something up.
Well, yeah, we'll try anyway. Here we go. This is Phil Lee.
Once again, I close the show. Once again, I ain't got no place to go. Wait a minute, there's a woman there. She's been watching little old me intently. She's fully grown, I'm on my own. Any knucklehead could clearly see it ain't love, it might as well be. I walk alone, that's no complaint. If you look at me and see a lonesome graveyard ain't somebody's fool tied to a memory. Well, that ain't me. Now you'd be so wrong. It's just a song, my little way of making you believe I'm not sad. I'm not sad. Well, I might as well be. I'm not high and lonesome. Don't call me Mr. Blue. Mr. Blue. Now one girl left me crying. Well, maybe one or two. It's time to run. Don't worry about me. There's a joint out on the road of busted dreams. Some strangers there I just can't wait to see. Lord, take me now. They don't know my name. Ain't that a shame? Oh no, they'll be there like a moth goes to a flame. It ain't like. No, it ain't like. Oh, it might as well be. no 100 grand, no clever plan. The sign posted up ahead reads a one night stand. Some local boys that know my songs just about as good as me, like hell they do. I plants my feet, I says my lines, and no, it's nowhere even close to crying time. I ain't living the dream,
It's just
I know.
a dream.
Oh, I might as well be. It's just a song.
Taken from the brand new album by Phil Lee, the Mighty King of Love himself, Phil Lee, and other old time favorites. And I have actually got, has to be said, Phil, you are one of my old time favorites. And we have been working away at this for a fair old while. I know you have for longer than just give us a quick. You've just said 16 years old. How did you get that gig? And then we'll move it away from it with Homer.
Yeah, my grandma got me the gig. She used to go to Homer's Club out on Pool Road or Buffalo Road, one or the other. And it was a rough joint by anybody's standard. My grandmother was she's also the one, Robbie, that bought this Gibson guitar, right?
Oh, for goodness sake.
Oh, yeah. That's been in the family since 1950, 1954. Anyway, she's a music nut. Loved to dance, loved to party. But she, I was already in a little rock and roll band. So she talked to Homer. She was friends with Homer and Ethel. That was his wife. And I went down and auditioned. And I was wearing a Gap. I've always looked like this, except I didn't have a beard quite. But he just gave me the job. I don't think there was any, I think it was who knows what his ulterior motives were. But
you were playing drums.
My grandmother asked him to do it, and he and that was the beginning of my true to life showbiz career.
You must have thought this was it, eh? Either that, or you must have thought that every 15-year-old kid lived like that or got that sort of opportunity.
I didn't see it as an opportunity. It was like I was like just because I was a Beatle, Rolling Stones, Bob Dylan guy, right? And we were playing like ding 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 ding. Howdy neighbors, it's Homer Briar and the Daybreak Gang, and we, and most of the band was still trying to sober up from the night before. But we would do it, and it was, we towed the line, and Homer, he would go from really happy and smiling in the camera to like Satan in about 2 seconds. The minute the camera was off, like and we jumped too because he was a big, imposing guy, and he had the nudie suits,
Yeah, the full wonderful.
Yeah. So, but the Briar Hoppers have been in business since the 40s, 30s maybe.
Are they still doing the job?
They are still on the job playing like church socials, and they're not on television anymore. That died with Homer. So,
well, I can't wait for that reunion. Or has that happened already?
I hear from Larry Mangum, who's Homer's nephew, who inherited the suits and everything. So we've played together. We've actually done shows, but never as the Briar Hoppers.
I just think that's just going out there for that. What happened next then, Phil? The television show, were you starting to play another? Well, you were in the rock and roll bands as well.
No, shortly after that, there's a chance I was going to go to Vietnam, and then that didn't work out for the American, for the Army. It worked out great for me.
Yeah.
Bus leaves at 5, begging the colonel's pride, and I'll walk. And I ended up in New York City, and that was a whole other the whole other thing, you know, I was playing in a band with Robbie Stoner. You remember him from Dylan and Don McLean?
Yeah.
We were in a little band playing, and Beverly D'Angelo was in that group.
Yeah.
Hank DeVito. So we were playing. I was like 18 or 19.
So you were on it. When did you write your first song?
I guess around 73, 74. Trying to. I'm still trying to write my first song. Are you kidding?
Aye,
But
that's good. Well, you've written some beauties, I have to say, and you've peppered some of your favorites on this album. Eh? Was that your idea? Was that David that came up with that as an idea?
No, no, that was all me. You know, I just said, well, let's do this one, and some of the old ones like Daddy's Jail. That's the way it was written, right? It was written kind of like a bluegrass country song. Where's the fam? A lot of these things, you know, they're just one-offs. You know, like Forever After All. You know, I mean, I couldn't imagine it ever being on anything but this record.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, it was just like, what's going to work for this particular album? And actually, Daddy's Jail we had a trouble with because Dave didn't quite know which direction to go, and finally he decided somewhere between Waylon Jennings and Subterranean Homesick Blues was Daddy's Jail. So, but it's still, and that's me drumming, you know, me drumming and playing rhythm guitar. But everything else and harmonica is David, the incredible, unbelievable. I don't know what kind of deal he made with Satan, but he's just, every instrument he plays, he's that guy. You know, he's
okay. Well, let's have a listen.
Unbelievable and so humble. You know,
let's have a listen to Daddy's Jail. Come back, talk a bit more about the album. It's Phil Lee and other old time favorites, and we'll have we'll talk about Dave West a little bit more as well. This is Daddy's Jail.
Okay, I'd love to talk about David.
Very quiet Daddy's Jail.
Yeah.
Dear old man, he's a ball man. He locks them up down, man. You're the one slips up. He's the one that brings you down. He makes it honest a living more than I can say for me. When I know I broke the law, let us all go free. Don't put me in my daddy's. He made himself. He'd say, where did I fail? Put me in there where you won't put daddy's jail. Well, I know that I'm an outlaw. My gun is in my hands. I've seen a civilized man don't stand much of a chance. Hey, deputy, I know the rules. This is it for me. Would you show a good old boy a little something? Don't put me here, my daddy's jail. It's gonna break his heart to see me in this cell. Put me anywhere you want, my daddy's jail. Well, they say in daddy's jail I learn right from wrong, and other things I should already know. Well, it's a little late for that. It's gonna hurt the old boy so. There must be somewhere else we could go. Put me in my daddy's jail. I paid a price, but I'd rather rot in hell than to know my new home is daddy's jail. Well, Dad, he's a good man. this is not his fault. He's not the one what robbed the joint. He's not the one you call. He tried to raise me right. He taught me not to sin. I'm gonna say it one more time, boys, before you run me in. Don't put me in my daddy's jail. I paid a price, but I'd rather ride in hell than to know my new home is daddy's jail. Put me anywhere you want, but daddy's jail. Put me anywhere on earth, but daddy's jail. My daddy's jail. My daddy's jail. My daddy's jail.
Hey, we got down to the end. It's Phil Lee time here on iMTV with the host Rob Helen. Phil has released his Innocence album, and it is today released to Europe. So we're doing what we can to help that process along. It is Phil Lee and other old time favorites, and Phil is with me from California. Phil, congratulations on the album. It's a beautiful sounding thing. It really is.
Yeah, I should have done this record a long time ago. The response has been great. It's tough, like being Phil Lee is like, kind of used to that, but selling Phil Lee or selling any kind of, it's just so many things I'm doing now. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And, but if I could just get people to listen to the record, even if you don't like this kind of stuff, you're going to like this record, mostly because of David West. And like my mother said, well, you're on there too, right? Thanks, Mom. But it's, there are no wild swings in the bebop or anything. It's a hillbilly record, and it starts that way. And it's not like we're in character. It's like it's doing what we do, It's like not what we think it is. We're pretty much playing what we've played since we were like 15, 16. Yeah. So David is. He's played. We produced all those Pickin' On records.
Which ones?
Picking on it's like Picking On Neil Young, where they do the bluegrass versions of an entire record, like Grateful Dead, Neil Young, Bob Dylan, Rolling Stones. So they take Sticky Fingers and do a bluegrass version of it.
Nice.
Yeah, no, who are the Reno brothers actually?
He
did those guys.
You're back in California now. You had a good time in Nashville, didn't you? Let's face it.
Yeah. I had fun in Nashville. I made a bunch of records, made a lot of permanent, forever friends. Yeah. I've been back a couple of times, and it's like it's changed. I got out just when the getting was good.
Yeah. I think you're probably right. Got out to the West Coast again. Did you know David when you were there before? Because you had a spell with the Flying Burrito Brothers, and there was as a drummer.
Yeah, no. Actually, we recorded 5 of my songs. Me and the Burritos, Sneaky Pete and Gib Gilbo, Skip Batten, but they were never released. I think you might have heard them. But no, I never played drums with those. I've actually tried to get a job playing with them, and they said, no, we got Rick Lano, or they have perfectly fine drummers already.
Is that right?
But David, I met David through working on that Crazy Horse record.
Yeah.
He had worked with Ralph, so he came in and did a couple of the songs. He was just actually, in all honesty, too good to be playing with us. So he's on No Exit Wound, Party Drawers, and I think there's another one he plays on. Brilliant, beautiful stuff. He just took it home and made it his own. But it wasn't until I got into this situation, where I'd go to his house. COVID was happening, so I would come in. I would lay down the acoustic guitar and vocal, and then get the hell out. I mean, I put about 10 hours into this record, Rob. Because he didn't want me to give him anything, so we would cut the record and cut the song, and he'd kick me out, and then he'd do all this other stuff. So. But I had no idea. And then he would call me up and say, "This is what I did last night. What do you think?" And it was always like, "Ooh, pretty good, Dave." And I had, what have I got to add? No, nothing. No, I got nothing to add. And then I would play, I would come back in. My overdubs consisted of just the drum parts. And there's not drums on, the drums aren't on everything.
Wow.
It might as well be. That's I'd never done that swishy drum thing.
Yeah.
That's really difficult to do. Even if you know what you're doing, it's hard, I think. But because there's such a Emmett Sargent who mixed and mastered, they know how to make even like stuff that's not quite accurate work great. So.
Cool. Let's go back. Let's go back to the album and play one off the album. Do you want to choose one? Then I'll choose one.
How about "I Like Women"?
You
the
chose
worst
the
song
one
ever
I
written.
was going to take. No. I'm not kidding.
Okay.
No, I'm
How
kidding.
about "Wake Up Crying"? Then?
No, I think "I Like Women."
Everybody likes that one. It's awful.
So this is from Phil Lee's brand new album. Phil Lee, another old-time favorites, and this is one that goes down well live. I know that for a fact. This is Phil Lee.
Oh yeah,
I Like Women.
A sing-along, toe-tapping song.
Well, they run hot and they run cold. When it's all been said, when the story's told, I like women. Well, I like women. I say now I like women. Sometimes they like me. Well, they can be good, they can be so bad. The best woman I know, she's a really bad. I said I like women. I like women. I said I like women. Sometimes they like me. I said I like women. 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 I said I like women. Sometimes they like me. Why? Well, little bitty women big and tall. I don't discriminate, indeed I like them all. I said I like women. Yeah, I like women. I said I like women. Sometimes they like me. Oh, come on, babe.
You're with me, Rob Ellen, here in the Moose, the Medicine Show Radio Moose Mobile in the Highlands of Scotland on iMTV, and we're looking at a new album.
Hey, it's
Once again.
We're running into another track. You know, I've chosen the track that I want to play. I've just Forever After All. I'm going to play that.
Ah, the sweet one.
It's a very sweet song, and it's just got those emblematic country music lines that tell the whole story all the way through, which you're famous for, actually, which is one of the things that you know you should be famous for, let's say, but you are particularly adept at.
Yeah, famous. That's a relative, I think. Famous enough, according to my wife.
Yeah. So we've been joined by a good audience this evening, and thanks. Nobody's been putting anything in the chat frame, and I've been trying to as well, which kind of indicates to me that maybe the chat frame isn't working. So if you have been putting stuff in the chat frame and we haven't been responding to it, then it is the fault of Restream more than Phil and me anyway. But thank you.
No, we've actually we've gotten above our raise in here. We're like completely full of ourselves, and you know what can you do with people like us?
Apart from anything else, I'm advertising the last act that was on as well. So thanks, guys. Thanks, Phil. So looking forward to seeing the responses. I see you're in a chart as well.
We've made actually the folk chart too. The impossible to get into folk chart. Yeah. You know, so I don't know, the folk music people. You know, like I've tried and tried and tried, but they're really like. You know, I've always been treated like an interloper, pretty much in any genre. But
you don't really fit anywhere.
They just lightened up. Yeah. They're liking this one, I think.
Good.
It's a good record.
Yeah, and it's all run from your back room, really. The whole Palookaville, you and Peter together, but
but all of a sudden it's more. You know, because I'm like 150. And it's like, you know, I need an assistant, you know, but all my assistants are pretty much my age and they're completely clueless. So I need a Rob Ellen, you know, a young Rob Ellen.
Yeah. Okay. You need to make a granny flat for me, or the garage. We'll just take the Moose, park it in the garage, and take it from there.
Yeah. No, we've got a place. We've got a place for you. You just... I don't know how Maggie's gonna feel about this, but you know, she doesn't have to know.
I mean, when I phoned you up today to suggest this, that you were away off to the post office with some CDs, for instance.
One to Australia. Finally, it was $71 American to send a CD. Yeah, which is like $1 million Philly dollars. Well, it's some sort of COVID-related thing. Anyway, they've lightened up. I was able to get Greg Riley his CD, and I sent one to my friend Mr. Rodriguez in Spain, in Madrid. You remember Spain?
I know.
So I would have loved to have delivered that one. Hand delivered that one.
I've got. You know who phoned me up today? A mutual friend of ours, and I think it was her that introduced me to me in the first place. Mary Jane Lewis got in touch today.
Oh man, Mary Jane, yeah.
She is having a birthday party on the 24th of June. And I hired a little theatre to do it. It's going to be a back porch birthday party. You should come for that.
Oh, yeah, I'll be there.
No, I'm serious.
Why wouldn't I come?
Yeah, why wouldn't you? I just thought that would be just right up your street. And
she is. I mean, everybody in that family is just born to rock. You know, it's like they've got it, and there's nothing they can do about it. You know, every one of them.
Yeah.
You know, I played with her mom, and she's just, I don't know what she's like now, but she was a monster, just
I think
ass kicking.
Probably worse, probably more. I
don't know.
So, they opened up the first velodrome for us. The Gail Lewis and the two girls as well, the Lewis three. They did a totally rocking set. A lot of her brother's songs, of course, but her own songs are killer as well. Just
they've all got this voice, you know, that voice where you really don't need microphones. Kind of that kills me. I envy that.
Yeah,
but we'll give her my best. Do they still run the restaurant? Has she still got the hamburger joint?
No, but she's got a rocking band back together, and she just decided to do some dates. Not many. They're only going to do about 8 or 9 dates this year. So I'm twisting arms to get her to come and do something for me. That's for sure. So stay tuned.
You know, 8 or 9 gigs at this point seems like a lot.
Yeah, I suppose. After considering that's after what we've all been through over the last 2 years. Are you back on the road again, Phil? I've noticed 1 or 2 popping up.
No. You know, I would go. You know, I'm like, but I haven't driven after dark in 2 years. You know, I don't know. You know, I'm a little skittish, you know, but I've got to do it. You know, this record, it's funny, this record, if they haven't heard the record and I come up with my guitar and harmonica, it'll be okay. But if they've heard the record, I don't know what they're going to expect, you know, because David West, you know, didn't miss a trick, you know. So I keep trying to talk him into it, but he won't wear a hat. He won't wear a funny.
He's got to do it.
He won't wear a funny suit, you know.
He won't.
No, I tried to trick him. I've got his wife working on it, but he likes staying at home, you know, doing the behind the scenes, make guys like me look good routine. Wally Barnick is another one of his acts. And, you know, it's just amazing what he can do, but it's also kind of sad what he wants. He spent 30 years on the road. He played with like Chris Hillman and just any number of people. He had his own band for a while, and I guess 20, 30 years of that would be enough.
So we're talking about David West, who is the collaborator on Phil Lee and other old-time favorites, a new album from Phil Lee, the Mighty King of Love, with me in the Moose this very evening. And thanks for joining us, guys. There's a good audience tonight, so we'll keep it going. My choice from the album, Phil, will be Forever After All. And here it is.
Good choice.
We were standing at the altar. The little judge didn't falter. Forever until death do you both part. I guess you thought that he was joking. Little something he'd been smoking. Well, look at them pretty young people there up on the wall. Now don't you start to cussing. Baby, that's a hussin'. And it looks like forever after all. Forever beats the heck out of never. Always much better than not at all. I hesitate to tell you, 'cause I don't want to scare you. But it looks like forever after all. beats the heck out of love. Always much better than not at all. The kind of love we've been knowing, kind of feel it's still a-going. And it looks like forever after all. Yeah, it looks like forever after all.
Forever After All from Phil Lee and other old-time favourites. And you can download them. Trying to sell me one just now.
Your old dad, he's a lawman. He locks them up downtown. If you're the one slips up.
All other platforms as well. Go back and talk to Phil, and he might be able to know better on that account. Phil Lee.
What? I could.
Are you listening?
You were being drowned out by the other track.
Oh, sorry about that. Okay, just saying it's available across all platforms. You can actually get the CDs on CD Baby. Is that the best way of doing it?
No. Bandcamp. We're
Bandcamp.
CD Baby is a bad place to get the hard copies. You can do the downloads. You can stream.
Yeah.
From CD Baby, but I would prefer you go to Bandcamp and get them. And that way I get to send them to you myself.
Yeah, and thank you.
Sign them.
Let me just show people how it arrived today. This is Phil Lee's and other old-time favourites, and signed and delivered.
I did.
A signed copy. And look at this. Just a bag full of expectation here, Phil. It's all. Who's at the top? Oh, it's making its way to Menachem Venegrad at Upper Radio Galilee in Israel tomorrow. So,
we've never been to Israel. We've been everywhere. We've been everywhere, man. Right? Me and you.
Yeah, there is method in that madness, spending all that money to send it out to Israel. But apart from anything else, Menachem runs the Gabriel's Ladder Festival, which is about 8,000 people and the best roots music festival in the Middle East. So who knows? We live in hope of getting that phone call. Phil Lee.
Well, let's go. It's like we've it would be because we got a little life left in us. The Mideast, we haven't done that. The guy in Germany, Karsten Hurst, he was saying, well, it's a little radio station. And I said, well, we're little people. We're little, we're local. We'll come. It's a perfect fit. So
Herman will get his before the end of the week as well. And I'm sure we didn't eat him out of house and home the last time we were there. Phil Lee's on the move.
Could we, we need to go back to France too. I promise.
I know that. And I promised you would do that.
And that was, I'll even sleep on the banks of the English Channel if it'll make you happy. Just let's make it happen. I'm traveling. Can you tell?
I can, yeah.
Okay, sorry about that. I'm running low here on batteries. So
we're with Phil Lee and looking at his old-time favorites, Phil Lee and other old-time favorites album, which is released today in Europe and has been climbing the charts. You're in an alt-country chart as well, the place for twang. So
yeah, it's I don't know. I don't know about those charts. I love them. It's nice to be in the top 10 anywhere, but hopefully more people will hear it. That's like and buy it.
so we
just hire us. So
yeah. So we're encouraging you to go to the Bandcamp page. I'm going to put that up just now. You can, no, wait a minute. That's a donation. iMTV. I shall put that up later on. Here is.
Yeah. Well, if you go to phillee1.com, it'll take you to the first thing you see is, how to get the record.
Excellent.
And it's time for me and Rob to go back to work. So there's also information on how to book us.
So I think I'll play out again with the video, and wish you all the best with the album. Of course, I probably don't have to. I think it's.
Oh no, that's Rob. It's Phil Lee 1 ONE. It's been changed. The Phil Lee number 1. Yeah, you gotta. It's been changed for about 11 years now, Rob. Yeah. There we go. That's it. Yeah. That's it. Yeah, try and keep up, will you, Rob?
Can't get the help. Right.
I know. You need. This is what you need. That's what's the problem today. The thing about Death Wish coffee. There's a downside to it once it starts to wear off. You're seeing it right now.
I should have corrected that. phillee1.com.
Yeah. No. If I don't tell you how you go.
I'll post that up later on in the chat frame. I don't think the chat frame has been visible to most. Wait a minute. We have someone. There's. Thanks, Margaret. Very nice of you to drop in. I wonder where in Scotland she is, but anyway, Margaret's viewing from Scotland, and thank you. We've had an audience all the way through, Phil, so that's lovely. It's nice to see you. It's nice to chat. It's nice to be listening to a new Phil Lee album as well. This one probably coming along quicker than most new Phil Lee albums.
Well, a Powderfinger promo in America, and now the medicine music people.
Yeah.
Like, I think the timing is just right. I'm glad this is going to work out. It's like everything else. Sometimes the timing is good. And I think this is but I got to get out there and be in front of people. So that's the next step. We got to start working.
So let's play the video. Come back to Phil after we hear. What happened?
I don't. Oh, there's something.
And no.
There you go. No, it's jumping. Phil, I'm going to take us.
It's nowhere even close to crying time. I ain't living the dream.
It's just a dream.
Oh, I might as well be. It's just a song.
Well, I think we should quit while we're not ahead on this one, Phil. Looks like there's some gremlins getting in a bit. We got the last line of Phil Lee. It's a new video. I'll try and post it again.
I love
post it on pages.
Yeah, I love the way. Well, Ken's is doing now. Wake Up Crying. So there's going to be another one of those pretty soon.
Excellent. It's such a good idea. Is it? Yeah, I'm sure he'll come up with another idea, but. Yeah, really cool. And I like the fact that the banner, the picture from the video, from the album is on hoarding in the background. So look out for that.
I never saw that. I showed it to my mother, and she was going, "Where was this picture taken?" And she never noticed that there were words going.
That's a shame. The words, no, it's a really good concept. As is the whole album, Phil, I have to say, and it's nice to have you back as a country music performing artist again, as we say.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to go. I think I've, enough of this rock and roll business. Time for me to get back to.
I'm sure it's only under the surface.
doing the people's work.
Yeah, it's just under the surface. It's been a pleasure talking to you, Phil, and we shall
Always a
see.
pleasure, Robbie. You look
We'll
great, man. You look exactly the same.
You know, we're just no change here. I'm very pleased to say we'll live and look forward to seeing you either this side or stateside. But we'll come find you wherever
You're
you
always
are.
welcome here. And I would like to say goodbye to Brother Rob wherever you are. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
I miss that guy.
You know, this for Mark. I think this would be an album that would have. Oh, I mean, he was a huge Phil Lee fan, but he was waiting for this album. It's just a year too late.
This was his wheelhouse. You're right. You're right.
So we'll send this out to everybody at Sheppy FM who are keeping his legacy alive by on a Tuesday night, funnily enough. So once this is finished, you can catch the tail end of Mick on doing the country show on Sheppy FM, and I know for a fact he's playing Phil Lee this evening as well. So Mick Terry is
Mick
on Sheppy FM. We're going to cut out here and thank everybody for joining us this evening. Talking to Phil Lee. Have you got something? You got to play. You better have a play out. Play us out, Phil.
Right.
Play us out.
Okay. Big dark train on a long dark track. Winds of love ain't coming back. 40 flats and long goose. Why'd you have to turn me loose? Why'd you have to turn me down? Bust me up and then mess around. Knock me out like a hard old tack. Winds of love ain't coming back.
Thank you very much, Phil. And thanks.
Thank you, Rob.